Hey guys, Austin here. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to record a quick video for you. Today's book of the day. I don't know if you've seen this book come out. I think it probably came out in the last 6 months is my guess. But it's this book right here. It's called Million Dollar Weekend by Noah Kagan. It actually has some pretty good people that have recommended it. Sam Parr, he's the co-founder of The Hustle, which is like an email newsletter that he sold to HubSpot. And then Tom Bilyeu, he was the founder of Quest Nutrition Bars, and he also hosts the Impact Theory, which is a really good channel on YouTube, and I've watched it a lot of times actually. So some pretty good recommendations here from this book. I'm not going to go super deep on this book. It's not a very long book. It took me about 2 hours to read through it. It's about 200 pages, and you can get it on Amazon or any bookstore or whatever. But there's a couple of tips that I will give you today, and then I will let you just kind of think on it because I don't want to make things complicated. I kind of want to get right to the point in this video and just get you right to the important information. Okay, so the idea of Million Dollar Weekend in the core thesis of the book, it comes down to 3 points, but the overarching thesis is that all we need to create a successful business and make some serious progress is one weekend. He cuts out all of the complications that go into starting a business, and he talks about this in the book. A lot of times he says, when you start a business, people think you need to make a logo, you need to get your LLC or file your business entity legally, right, and get your taxes set up and your bank account set up and all that kind of stuff. And he's telling us, no. What we need is just a very bare bones concept and an idea, and we need to see if people will pay us for it. That's as simple as it needs to be. And if they will, you got something to work with. And yeah, you might pivot it and whatnot, but that's all that you need. And so this weekend, when you have some time off, you have an opportunity to do something. And so you can actually do that even this weekend. Today, when I'm recording this, it's Friday. We're going into Saturday, Sunday. You got a couple of days. Obviously, make sure to take a day off and rest. Once per week is a great rule of thumb. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that's what I personally do, and it works really good for me. But let's get into the 3 points here, and I'm going to let you go. Start before you feel ready, right? So a lot of times when we're starting something new, we can procrastinate because we feel like we're not ready, we feel like we're not good enough, and we feel like we're not worthy. And so what Noah is telling us in his book is that we got to just get that out of our mind, and we got to just do it anyways, right? We got to hit record on the camera. We got to put out that new promotion. We got to, reach out to some people and see if they'd be interested in buying our thing that we're thinking about starting as a business. Even if we don't feel like we're ready, even if we feel like we're not good enough, we got to just get out there and get moving. So that's number one. Number two is to continuously try new things, right? Experimentation. So Tai Lopez says it like this: you need to be a mad scientist in everything that you do. You need to be constantly testing this and that. You need to be doing what's called A/B testing, which is testing two different versions of something that you have going at the same time. This is the advice that he gives. And it's also the advice that Noah gives us, is that we need to be consistently trying and testing new things. And there was a book that we read a while back on the book of the day that we do here, and it's called Skip the Line by James Altucher. And he talks about the 10,000 experiments rule. And I love that because it's basically this: continuously trying and testing new things until you actually hit something that works. And that was kind of the point of Skip the Line by James Altucher, was that, hey, if you do 10,000 experiments, if you try 10,000 things, it would be extremely unreasonable for you to not hit one of those things out of the park, right? And just have a major success with it. And he says in the book, in that other book, Skip the Line, he talks about you probably don't even need 10,000 to do it. You probably just need 1,000, but why stop there? Okay, so we want to continuously try new things. I'm looking at my whiteboard, which is right behind the camera today. And then the next tip number 3, is to learn from failures and rejections. A lot of times we're going to fail, and honestly, we're probably going to fail more often than not. And that's okay. Noah is telling us in this book that we don't need to be brought down by our failures and by our rejection, but instead what we need to do is learn from those experiences. And sometimes we got to just brush it off and get moving. And sometimes there's something to be learned there. Maybe we need to make an adjustment in our strategy if we're hearing the same thing over and over again. But a lot of times, maybe we just need to push through and push further, right? Because it can get kind of discouraging if we're reaching out to a lot of people and trying to, sell something, right? If you've ever done door-to-door sales, or if you've ever done cold calling or cold email, it can get really rough when we're getting a lot of rejection. And sometimes that rejection means we do need to adjust our strategy. But other times it means that, that's just part of the game, and we just got to be a little bit more thick-skinned. Sabri Subi is a mentor of mine, and he says frequently that he has skin as thick as a rhinoceros. And I've been on calls with him. He's absolutely true. He's a very thick-skinned dude, and you can tell that he's done sales for a long time and has gone through a lot of rejection. So that's number 3, but I want to wrap this video up. So let me go through the numbers again. And start before you feel ready, right? Continuously try new things, and then learn from failures and rejection. And then the last thing that I want to leave you with is just a word of encouragement from Noah Kagan himself, is that this year you've got 52 tries to get this thing right. Every single year there's 52 weekends, right? Whether the weekend for you is on a Saturday and a Sunday, whether you work on the weekends and you get another day or 2 off throughout the week, whatever that might be, you got 52 tries this year to go out there and create something beautiful and amazing. And don't let it discourage you if it doesn't work out, or if you get pushback and you need to pivot. That's part of the game. He's telling us that if it doesn't work out this weekend, you got 52 other weekends or 51 other weekends that you have to get out there and do something, right? So this is the book. It's $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. I highly recommend that you read this one. It's a good one to have on the bookshelf for sure. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.